So I check this out, Sam. Let's see, Sam.
Oh, yes.
I was like, oh my god.
No, this is his Bruce Lee poster that he hangs on.
That's his. Yeah, that's his. That's like, oh my god, that's Kenku monk that you would. Yeah.
What is this Kenku monk's name? I'm gonna name this guy so he'll be the thing.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a great thing, Sam.
Right.
See,
the legendary Kenku monk, the one and only.
Yeah.
It's Bruce.
Let's see. No, okay. So that guy's name is the sound that the wind makes punching through the air, like.
Ooh, okay.
Well, he's got to have He's got to have a surname. You know, he's got to be like, whoosh, you know.
Yeah.
So it's Wind Slash.
Yes, Wind Slash.
Or cutting wind.
It sounds too much like breaking wind.
Yeah.
Well, that was just an unfortunate common. You know, like
one of those
just thing that just
translation errors.
Yeah, it just doesn't translate well to common. You know? And it just sounds weird, and it's people make fun of him for it outside of the Kenku community, but he beats them up. All right, well, so you guys, you know, take a short rest by that Lamia corpse, and Mike, should we take him to the map where they were? Does it really matter?
Doesn't matter. Carry on.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are at the you know, that corpse. You guys found some goodies. There's some dead jackals around you.
Are her dead eyes looking into us as we rest?
Only if you look real close.
That's really creeping me out.
So what would you guys like to do?
We need to go back to that island.
Yeah, we didn't find any of the stuff we actually came here to find. We just found a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, a lot of assholes, and a couple of villagers. You saved some people's lives. They essentially owe you forever now. So I mean, that's
believe me,
cool.
Ruben knows.
That's pretty cool.
So are you guys? You're headed towards the island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys approach the island from the north. Make a perception check.
Where is my shit?
Nope. Dummy.
I see that there is a sky.
Everyone is so stupid.
All right, Bryant. You notice that the other side, the side opposite the side that you came up close to, like, you know, where the switchback trail is. So the side of the lake that is the opposite side of that,
It's
the
closer to the
island.
shore.
Yeah, the island is closer to that shore.
Ruben noticed that last time.
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if he did. So
yeah.
Well, now Brian, now Seven has noticed it. So now you can talk about it. No. So what would you like to do?
I mean, I guess it makes most sense to.
Well, this is I'm used to oceans. This is just a smaller, shittier ocean, and I mean, we should go to that side.
Yeah, and I mean, some of you are wearing like heavy armor, and you don't want to be swimming in that shit.
I don't think that I'm not a duck.
Yeah, 7 is down to get in the water.
Is there a sign of a boat or anything nearby that we could?
Nope, not from where you guys can see. And I mean, you also know that like any boat would probably swiftly get pulled down the waterfall.
Yeah, how's that current looking?
I mean, it's a lake that is constantly flowing into a waterfall, so it just looks weird.
Well, and you know, elaborating on that, like kind of as you guys are making your way towards the more shallow end of things, you see that the lake is kind of cloudy and mixed up with all the silt and mud from the riverbed of the lake shore, and it kind of flows over the waterfall because back when you were in town, you were noticing how kind of sludgy and silty the river was. It seems like upstream from this lake, the water looks a lot clearer, and it's the lake where it all kind of gets swirled up and passed over the falls. And I don't know that if we covered this last time, but as you guys are getting closer to the close side of the island, you see that there's some statues among the trees that are in various states of disrepair.
Is that on the island or
on the island? Yes, on the island.
Oh, okay.
What are these statues of?
You can't tell from here. You're they actually look a little more they look sort of abstract from here because they're hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet away.
Yeah, but they're probably of figures and people probably, or things, animals, the things that you make statues of.
Okay.
In Ruben's experience, statues usually mean buried treasure. It's a good sign. It's a good sign.
Or alternately on that, horror monsters that only move when you turn away or blink.
He's heard rumors, but those are drunk people, and they're silly. One of them was a doctor, maybe, but I didn't see a degree.
So, can you guys make a quick perception check?
Alright.
Gonna make a perception check.
Oh, critical.
Oh!
All right, so 7. Yeah, really, most of you notice this, but 7, you actually really see it a good way across. There's it's not quite a land bridge, but it looks like a path of rocks that have just sort of coalesced in a convenient way for it's a bit shallower there, maybe only a couple feet deep. But you definitely see that the current is tough.
As well as that it seems that this path across the shallow path across the river has been crossed in recent times by some sort of four-legged animals, as well as maybe a person.
And the only reason that you can tell that this is underwater, Michael, is because you got a nat 20.
Well, and because you can see it coming out the other side, up, out on the shore, and that it looks like some creature passes through here on a regular basis, and leaves its marks upon the shore, and has sort of trod this path through the river.
Okay. So that thing with the sort of, I guess, easier path, the current seems to be quicker there.
Well, no, it just looks like this would be, you wouldn't have to swim across if you went across this way. It just, I was just saying that it's still not going to be easy. There's still a current.
You just have to fight a current, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But at least you're wading and not swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or sinking, in probably your case, Miss Person and Half Plate.
All right, you landlubbers, let's do this. It's just a shitty ocean. It's just tiny. We can do this.
And you said I see tracks of a four-legged beast.
Mm-hmm. Coming up out of the water and onto your side, and
it's without it, they're hooves. It's a hooved beast.
Ruben's already going towards the land bridge.
All right, will you make an athletics check?
I'll try.
Yeah, athletics check as you guys go across. It's hopefully not too difficult.
Nice. Oh, we all have to make athletics, not acrobatics. Doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I think everyone makes it across just fine. All right, everyone.
I have conquered this tiny ocean.
Actually, well, when you guys arrive at the island, you notice that your boots leave like deep impressions in gray powdery sediment. And yeah, so roll perception.
Nope.
Rope.
Oh.
All right. So everyone but Gwen, you notice as you're kind of walking up. No, 7 sees this. 7 sees like at the trees that are nearest the shore. You can see like cracks and like marks in them, like they've been hit by something really heavy. And the other 2 of you see more hoof marks around.
Does it look like one creature or many?
I mean, it's hard to tell because whatever it is or whatever they are looks like they might have run all over this island.
Mm-hmm.
No, we know what this is, Ruben. These are the Star Wars.
You cut out that.
That's just
The kitty horses.
Oh.
the cat horses. Cat horse boys.
Cat horse boys. The old cat horse boys of the northern lands.
But no, as you kind of continue deeper, I mean, I assume, are you continuing deeper into the island?
Yes.
Super duper, can I draw a weapon while I do it?
No, not you. Everyone else can, but not you. But as you continue into the woods, because the island is definitely wooded, you notice, as these strange sculptures look like they're kind of coming into view. It's men and women of all different races, some in armor, some in robes, and all look in the midst of like a pitched battle. And it's a pretty spectacular sculpture garden.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm gonna need you guys to roll perception again.
God fucking damn it.
What about deception? Can we roll that?
Nope. Fuck.
So, Crack and 7, you notice there's something really off about this. But none of them look synced. Like they aren't facing each other. A man slashes at nothing, a caster a non-existent spell faced at no one, and like a sneaky looking rogue approaches nobody. So there's no really any rhyme or reason to the arrangement.
Oh, these aren't statues, god damn it.
I'm going to use my primeval.
Ooh. Okay. Fine is the aberration. Right?
Yeah, we went through this before, and he found an aberration.
Yeah.
So there's nothing new that you detected.
Okay, the
That's
aberration wasn't the Lamia from last time.
No,
No.
they're not an aberration, they're monstrosities.
Okay.
Dadoy.
Hardly.
Where's that fucking thing? Yeah, so,
Is this the dramatically appropriate moment for Ruben to think that he's got a bad feeling about this?
Yeah, sure.
yeah. So, I guess Arcana.
Oh, dang.
So, Sam, you're not sure, but the hoof marks and these statues suggest something kind of terrible that you might be familiar with from, I don't know, sometime in your adventure hearing about it, but it's a Gorgon.
Oh, great.
Or I mean, it's sort of undeniable, like based off the evidence you're seeing in front of you, like that.
So,
Dang it.
just moved everyone over here on the map.
Ruben, these aren't cat horses at all.
Yep, right there with you.
Because otherwise the statue.
So Sam, being remotely familiar, do you know what the Gorgons are in D&D? not like it's not a Medusa.
Then no. Then I don't know it.
Well, let's just say you've heard about it. You sort of know that it's a petrifying bowl, but that's about the extent of what you know.
All right. So let's see, who's my buddy over here? Gwen has high Arcana, so I lean over and go, "Hey, what do you know about Gorgons?"
Well, I know they're not good. I know they can turn people to stone with their breath. I know that.
Ruben's up close to one of the statues, and he's like, "It's like their eyes follow you wherever you go."
They do.
So lifelike.
Well, and as you guys get closer to this cliff edge and the cave in front of you, you notice that many of the statues look like they've been broken down, like munched on, until they're just like rubble.
So they're eating the stone. People.
I mean, I think I stepped in a person.
Wait. How do they taste?
I'm not gonna go down there and lick it.
I think that Craxizzle might. He does want to eat.
Uh,
So
Are you going to crack off a piece of petrified?
and just give it a lick. Yeah, just a little, real quick.
It's surprisingly sweet.
oh.
It has like hints of raspberry,
Oh,
but it has a very bitter aftertaste.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's called regret.
well, you
And
know,
you feel
I mean,
your
it's,
muscles start to seize up.
I
You
mean,
can
it's,
see that there would be a certain appeal to it, but I don't know. Like, it might be one of those things that if you licked it enough times, you
Right.
might start appreciating the flavor of it.
but it's not really just jams.
Not yet. You know, maybe keep it on you to lick later.
All right, yeah, I'll put it in my pocket. I'm gonna put the finger of a human being in my
Petrified. You.
Just so we know, the bird now has a person pocket. It's like a hot pocket.
Yeah, it's
but with
a
a person. in it.
random. Yeah, that's what it is.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Alright.
it tastes like a raspberry if that raspberry had been turned to stone, and then you lick the stone.
I mean, you better hope that that's just crunch person and not the organ droppings.
Yeah,
But you probably ate the part of the statue that was their testicles.
that's fine.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do? You see a cave entrance ahead of you.
Yeah.
So over to your left here, where I'm pinging right now, there is an entrance to a cave. I am kind of fudging the fudge here. But-
What do you mean?
Oh, I have a line of sight blocking the entrance to the cave. Just because, just because because it's dark in the cave and it's bright where they are, so it's like you can't see into it. But the way the dynamic lighting works, it doesn't. You pay attention to that unless you block it yourself. Anywho,
Can
And
we-
it's, I mean,
Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna just pull out my compass
Mm-hmm.
and see what it does, where it points.
Well, what are you looking for?
That's a good question. Does it have to be super specific? How does that spell work?
Yes, you have to whisper, or you have to say what you're looking for. You can be general, like I'm looking for iron, and just like it'll point you towards the nearest source of iron, like
But I can't do just like treasure.
No, you have to. I mean, you could say gold.
Yes, I could.
It'll point you towards the nearest source of gold, but you also know that it could also point you towards things that are specific.
Yeah, like maybe
Like,
4 fist-sized rubies.
Sure, or even just if it looked for one fifty. So do you want to? Are you going to use that?
Yeah, I'll use it.
What are you going to look for?
Sorry, what was the last thing you said? Because I said the rubies, and then you said something else, and you glitched.
Oh, I just said, well, just one fist-sized ruby. That's what you.
Yeah, I'll look for a fist-sized ruby. I like those.
Okay.
So I kind of whisper that quietly into my palm of my hand, and I see what happens.
I like
All
those.
right. Hold on one second. Just look at the spell quick, just to be sure. All right. So your compass starts to spin, and it points to just slightly to the right of the cave entrance.
Oh.
So like over here.
So it's like pointing about. I mean, looking from where's Ruben? So how do I make that? So it's pointing there.
Okay. He kind of sighs to himself and just goes, "Oh, damn it!"
I was hoping it would the other direction.
I mean, let's not be honest. Ruben was super hoping it pointed like the opposite direction. God damn it!
So does it give any idea of like distance or just a general direction?
Oh, we got to go to the scary death pit.
I'm sorry, I gotta look at it again.
I think it's 1,000 feet.
Within 1,000 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay. Is that also pointing to back towards the other side of the lake that we were just at?
It could be.
Yeah.
You don't know where it's ending, but you also know that the other side.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess let's.
Like, you guys were not gonna have to go into this fucking cave.
I just wanted Matthew knew in his heart of hearts, he just wanted Ruben to, Ruben knows that there's something scary and shitty here. He's not going to purposely go there unless he needs to. And he's like, oh, God damn it. All right.
So the effects of that last for 10 minutes, Matthew. So it'll continue to point you towards it for 10 minutes.
Fantastic.
We should hustle over there and see if we can get a ruby.
How exactly does
Dibs.
stealth work? Like
if you want to approach it with stealthily?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody roll stealth.
Sick.
Well, anyone that's approaching, if you're
Ruben's fine right here.
Crack Sizzle will approach.
Same here. Taco's fine out here.
I'm not original, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you do you, man.
Like, he'll move a little closer.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as out here, you're all fine. You approach pretty stealthily. You don't see anything around.
Nothing hurt us.
So why don't you move yourselves?
Boop, 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 boop. I make the little Crack Sizzle makes the little sneaking sounds that cartoon characters make when they run up.
The little
Yep, exactly.
Captain Kirk roll.
So you guys hear from within the cave. You hear some kind of clacking and something like exhaling, like.
Ugh.
So are these skeletons? Piles of skeletons?
Piles of bony skeleton.
Crushed. Those are like crushed people.
Are they the same stone? They turn into stone. Okay, so I already have thing in my pocket.
Yeah, but there's you also see an elf toe or an elf.
That would, these are the crushed people.
All of them are. These are crushed. These are crushed. There's just piles of petrified bones and gear. It's all just nothing useful. It's just rocks.
Mm-hmm.
But you do notice around it there is that gray silt.
Oh, there's people in the beer.
So we do need some powdered.
There's whiskey.
We do need some powdered water. Do you think we get the Gorgon to breathe on the water?
We can just probably scoop up the water at this point.
But it's powdered.
The most charisma.
It's full of powdered people. It's powdered water.
That's what I like to hear.
Does anyone know how to fucking fight it? I don't think Ruben's ever fought a Gorgon before.
Yeah, I know that Crack Sizzle hasn't.
I know about them. I don't think I've ever actually fought one before.
Ruben saw you like fire lightning bolts at somebody the last time.
So what are you doing, boys?
We're gonna make a sound to lure the Gorgon out.
Ah. Okay. Okay. So what do you? Okay. Are you hiding? What do you like?
So Craxizzle looks at whoever just said that and says, "Don't be racist."
There are so just the environment. These like these boulders right here. They're about waist high, so they would give you about half cover. This bad boy over here, this is something you could definitely climb on here and
okay.
jump off of. And these trees are definitely high enough to climb.
And also the bone piles and whatnot are going to be difficult terrain.
Yeah.
So if
morally difficult to climb on dead people.
Mm-hmm.
and physically difficult because they stab you in the foot.
Because they're just a pile of bones.
Mm-hmm.
So can I make like another stealth check and then go climb on these rocks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you going?
To the tall rock, right to the
Can
left.
Do you think we could set up a trap in front of the cave door?
I mean, if I had something that was trapped.
What do you guys have in your inventory?
I can trip him. I can trip him with some rope. I'm
Actually,
Kevin
that
McAllister.
Mostly Minotaur dicks.
Yeah.
I mean, well, no, I mean, like, you guys do have, like, rope, sure, and, you know, you guys have survival, which you could make traps. They may not be effective, but, like, those are things you can do. But you have to do it quietly.
I can start a fire. I have some oil and I have some fucking candles and shit, so I can light them up.
Okay. Wait, what is a Gorgon weak to?
We don't know that.
You don't know.
Not even Gwen?
You just know. You guys just knew enough to know that the signs of a Gorgon, because you guys have never fought one.
Yeah.
Most things are pretty weak to the pointy end of my, sword.
Yeah, you can assume that you probably are not going to petrify a monster that petrifies things, but beyond that, it's anybody's guess.
Okay. I say we try a trap. Wait, how big are the footprints? Like the hoof prints? Is it going to be...
They're like a big hoof print.
So it's going to be a large creature.
Yeah, it's the size of like a large bull. So it's big.
Like...
Or a Clydesdale.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like
maybe a buffalo.
So like a rope trap isn't going to be that effective, guys. We need to think of something like really more sinister and more Minotaur dickish.
Yeah, I feel like we can work Minotaur dicks into this somehow.
Yeah.
That Minotaur dick's mine. I have plans.
For the good of the team, man. We got to hang it from
No, I feel like that's got to be that's treasure you got to save. Yeah, so are you going to set a trap? What are you going to do?
I mean, we could like get 2 sticks and tie a rope, trip it if it comes out.
Just a tripwire?
Yeah.
I can do a tripwire with my pythons and my rope, basically.
Okay.
I can make that happen. We can also try some rodeo shit here with a lasso.
I think the rodeo shit will be I think it'd be cool, but I don't think it would be.
That's all I think it is going to be too.
I feel like Ruben should be the one on that rock over there with a rope, getting ready to jump on that thing's back. And
I'm already contemplating tying a lasso. I was wondering how much I'm measuring out the rope.
Wait, so what if Gwen stayed? Sorry, what, Brant?
That's what it said. It's going to turn into the movie 8 seconds.
That's right. So I think that Craxizzle should make the sound of a Minotaur attacking to lure out the Gorgon. I think that would be a big enough sound that would intrigue it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we need someone stationed on either side to attack the Gorgon as it comes out.
We can also light it on fire. I have enough oil. We can create like a
Ooh.
pool.
We could!
So if we want to lure it to a certain point, and then someone tosses in either.
And remember, you guys can ping the map if you want to kind of talk about where you.
What was that?
And I'm gonna be climbing up into this tree that I'm next
Good.
to now.
So do you have fire arrows or something, Seven?
You could feasibly make them with a survival check if you guys have oils and like some cloth.
Guess who has all that shit? I have oil flask. I have a tinder box and some string. All you guys will need is to tear off some cloth probably and just tie it to the arrows.
That sounds good to me.
And then we can double down too, make some fire arrows, but also maybe make a pool here for him to land in.
Okay.
How much oil do you have?
I don't know. It just says a flask of oil times 2.
So you have 2 flasks of oil. So you could probably make you could fill up 1 square with oil.
Well, actually, I have a hunting trap.
Oh.
Ruben fist palms.
You have a hunting trap?
Yeah. I think it's because my background was Outlander, so it included I have a hunting trap starting items.
So yeah, it's a pretty standard bear trap, Bryant.
Nothing special.
Yeah.
I mean, we could set it up in front of the
trap. Can fuck
behind the
thing
tripwire
up for a minute, and then you can shoot it full of arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Potentially, I don't know.
And
I've
then
never
you can light
seen
it on fire.
And I'm gonna jump on it.
Okay. No, I like that. So you're gonna set up the hunting trap, right? Where are you gonna put it?
Like, are we kind of like doing the tripwire like along? I assume along the entrance here.
We're gonna try that too.
Tripwire and your hunting trap.
Yeah. So I was thinking like if we set up the tripwire. Like,
You won't be able to reach the hunting trap if you trip.
Won't the tripwire let him know that you should be careful, like a little bit more fleet-footed?
Yeah, I wonder if we want to let it get him out in the open, and then
I think the hunting trap might be the best option, just straight up.
The hunting trap. Okay.
Hunting trap, fire arrows.
So
hunting trap plus fire arrows.
So you're putting it.
Say
there?
hunting trap right here.
Okay, right in front. All right, cool. So Mike, do you hear that?
Yes.
Do you want to make your fire arrows?
Yeah, rolls. Does he need to roll survival to like set it up or anything, or is it pretty standard to set up a hunting trap?
I think it's reasonably standard. I think it's just a stealth roll to get close to the cave and set it up.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I roll stealth now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to do the trap first?
We're only doing the trap, I think, right?
Did you want the fire arrows too, or not?
Yeah, I'll take the fire arrows. Did we establish how many?
You have to make those. I just have the materials.
That's good enough, I think, for outside the cave.
Okay, so I move here and I set it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna move back and climb back up my tree. And how many fire arrows did we get?
Well, that's the thing. You gotta make them, don't you?
Yeah, that's going to take a survival check, definitely, to make
All
those.
right, so I need to roll
I'd
survival.
say 5, Mike, from the 1 flask.
1 flask worth. So you'll take.
Yeah, oil like wrapping rags around arrows to give them like a fire damage. We'll see how much they do.
And then, do you need my tinderbox as well to light them up, or?
Gwen, what do you think?
Sort of on the ground, kind of drawing its attention once it gets out.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I can stand up to it maybe a little better than the rest of the party can, because I think I have like the highest AC out of the whole party.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Okay. So where are the rest of you positioning yourself?
Well, wait, but one thing I wanted to solve. So I gave him. I downgraded one of my oils to 1 oil. 7, do you need something to light the arrows, or can you do that yourself?
We'll say you guys have some fun. Like that's not.
Why does no? I mean, like I have a tinderbox. I also might have some flint. I'm just making sure he can light them.
Oh, okay.
Light a torch and just have a torch up there to light them up.
Yeah, you'll want to have a source to light from.
Well, here's a candle, and it's lit.
Thanks. So I just kind of set up the torch.
You're gonna climb
on a branch.
You're gonna climb into the tree.
Yeah, but I don't have any line of sight now.
Okay, I'll fix it.
I whisper, I'm like, I want.
Because you're climbing, you're balancing at the top of the tree, Bryant.
There you go.
Trees are your natural habitat.
I want the candle back.
Okay.
All right. So where are you gonna be, Crack?
I'm gonna stand down here.
It's pretty far.
Oh, okay. Let me measure this out real quick.
Just remember how far you guys had to get into the battle
That's
last
true.
time. So if you're owning your positioning at the beginning, you might want to.
All right, then we should stand here, and then I can run up behind the rock after I yell.
I think I'm going to start behind those rocks.
Oh, so you're gonna kind of go over here? Or are you gonna go over here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I was thinking about going over, like, right over here, just like behind this rock.
Cool. All right. And then Matthew, you're gonna be okay. Matthew, you're over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
And then Gwen, where do you want to stand?
I'm going to. So, Crack, you're going to be right here in front.
Well, I'm gonna. As soon as I make my Minotaur roar, I'm going to run back here.
Okay, I'm going to stand in between these two bones here, and I'm gonna take the two Minotaur horns that I cut off, and I'm just gonna put them on my head.
Yes.
All right.
Wait. I'm going to give you some string to tie those onto your head.
I'm gonna give him a point of inspiration for that. That's a good idea.
Also, I think you should probably make.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm approved. Let's do this, boys.
Let's rumble.
Let's
Okay.
turn this Gorgon into Gorgonzola.
Oh.
Oh man,
Dang.
it burns.
All right.
But you know, Mike, considering we are doing Mithril Cookman,
I figured that wasn't,
that's not coming out of the bank, Matthew. That pun is approved.
Okay.
All right. You're initiating.
I'm initiating with a loud. Ooh! Ooh! It is me, a Minotaur! Boy, I bet I'm delicious from the inside. I bet my penis is probably pretty good.
We don't know what sex you are. We don't know what you're into. We don't judge.
Don't judge. We're just a lonely Minotaur, all by ourselves, without a handsome bird helping.
All right. You
him out.
hear a huffing and the hoofs just like galloping out, and you have seconds to react, Crack.
All right.
So I
I'm going-
have cleared the way, so you should be able to see into the cave now.
Oh, shit.
As the Gorgon is coming out.
Yeah. So, Sam, are you going to move?
Yes.
All right.
We're
So
done.
it has not seen you all. So once it comes into view, you're going to have surprise, right, Mike?
Yeah. So why don't we move the Gorgon into the trap area, and then start...
actually, so the Gorgon steps onto the trap, and you finally see it in the light of day. And this is not just a fucking bull. This is a bull covered in like black iron plates. And as it charges out of the cave, it smashes through your hunting trap like it was paper, Brian. Damn.
Does just hear Ruben go, oh dear.
And it's charging right at you, Gwen. Alright, so...
Alright, let's do it, Ruben.
I see those horns. Can I use my action to make a lasso and not actually attack right now?
No, that's the thing. We should have done that beforehand.
Yep,
if you
having
wish.
second thoughts.
If you wish.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Ruben is you guys turn and you see Ruben just making a lasso. What were you doing? What were you doing when they were making fire arrows? Were you just
I was helping the cat that doesn't have thumbs make fire arrows.
Yeah.
preening?
Listen, it's either that or I stand still, guys. I'm not gonna run. Ruben's not running a fucking Minotaur that big. He's thrown for a second. He didn't realize it was gonna be that big.
Yep. All right. So 7.
All right, how many fire arrows did I have? 5?
5.
All right. That
Miss. It clangs off of its armor.
The myth? Okay.
Okay.
This thing is like made of iron plates. Your puny wooden arrows have nothing to say about that.
Fuck.
But you can fire another shot, Bryant.
Yeah.
Ruben's feeling real good about not trying to slice it with a rapier.
I guess I'll take another hit with another fire arrow.
Yeah, I mean, you only rolled a 9.
Oof.
Oh, and then you rolled a 6.
Alright, so
so some brush catches on fire. Crack sizzle.
I feel bad.
Oh boy, yeah, this is going south on us real fast. Okay, let me think. I look over kind of enviously, so I see Seven's like arrows just ping off of him, which is for the past exploded heads, and so I kind of look at Ruben. That's actually not too bad of an idea, but let's see. I'm going to. He's right here, right? Still for everybody, right there.
Yep.
All right. So I'm not that far away from him.
Is this creature hostile towards me?
oh, it is. It's going to charge you. It's looking right at you, Mr. Minotaur.
Right.
With your billowing red scar.
I'm gonna run up to it, and I'm gonna do bust up the old marbler, and try to do a stunning strike.
All right. You want to click that ability so you can see it?
Sure.
Okay, so first you need to hit. So roll your to hit with the marbler.
All right.
Oh,
God.
All right, sparks fly off of the Gorgon's plates as you try to make it bleed, but does it even bleed? You start to wonder.
Uh-oh. He's not me. This horrifying thought passes through my head, and I shout to Ruben, "It's not made of meat. We can't eat it."
The good news, Sam, is that you don't spend the key point until after you hit, so you don't actually have to waste a key point on that. It's you when you hit, you can spend it. So.
Okay.
All right, Gwen.
Fuck, what am I thinking?
Oh, boy. How far away am I?
Oh, just make it mad.
Make it mad.
You keep doing what you're doing.
God damn it, an 18 doesn't hit. Jesus. I guess I'm going to run up to it. Since it won't, I guess it's probably gonna come to me. No, I'll stay here. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot some caustic shadow magic at it. I'm gonna do my 2 Eldritch Blasts. So I'm gonna try 1 and crit. Ooh.
Oh.
Does critting on spells do extra damage? I don't think it does, right?
It does if it's a ranged. If it's a ranged spell attack, it does.
Ah, nice.
So we're gonna do the first beam. Does 20 damage.
Wow.
Then I'll fire up that second one, and that's it.
All right.
All right, and that one does additional 12.
Dang. All right. Well.
And while I'm at it, I'm going to place my Hexblade Curse on it. As the
Don't
bonus.
you have to hit it with your Hexblade, though?
Nope.
No. Okay. Bonus action, you can curse a creature for 1 minute.
Oh, can I say that I did the curse before I did that?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Nice try. Think ahead.
Gotta always try. Okay, so I now crit on a 19 or 20, and then I do an additional 3 damage.
Dang. All right, it's Gorgontown right now. You're about to get some sweet Gorgonzola. All right, so the Gorgon is going to charge Gwen. So, Crack Sizzle, you can take an attack of opportunity if you like.
I would love to. The Marbler is hungry for vengeance.
The Marbler is embarrassed, is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a hit. Okay, so I need to make a con save. Which I do not.
Oh,
So it takes
it
8
bleeds.
damage.
It does bleed. Can we eat it?
So yeah, as you slice this thing, you slide it in between like the plates as it's running by you, Sam.
Truly like the marbler should.
And a bright red blood spurts out. This thing has flesh.
And it takes my breath away with how pleased I am to eat blood.
Stay away.
So he's going to attack Gwen and gets a natural 20.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Gwen.
So, Gwen.
I barely knew thee.
Takes,
I guess he's paying me back.
Takes
Old lady.
19 damage.
Okay, so that's 20. I'm down to 22.
You need to make a strength saving throw.
Which I am not proficient in. Oh, I do not. No.
Okay, so you are knocked prone.
No.
And the
And-
Gorgon tramples your face. So we're going to put. All right. So it has advantage on you because you're prone. Does 15
Yes,
hit?
of course. No. Does not.
How about 13?
Oh.
So you're just holding your shield up and
Yeah.
smash
Yeah.
it.
Clang, clang, clang. Its hooves slash against your shield, and you are not having fun at all.
All right, well, guys.
All right, back to Ruben.
Oh, anybody
How's
have any
your-
ideas?
How's your rope going?
How's your
Oh,
rope
man.
going there,
I
buddy?
kind of look at my rope and I'm just like, ah.
Just leave it.
No, I put it on my belt and I kind of, well, you're prone. Oh, fuck. I'm not built to just fucking battle a fucking Minotaur. I mean, Gorgon.
A Gorgontar.
Yeah, you already killed a Minotaur. Man, this has a lot of bulls in it.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
bullshit is what this is.
Yeah, there's definitely a very phallic horn situation going on in the prologue.
Wait, Carlos, you said this was all homebrewed, right? This is all making sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think you made that rope for a reason.
It's true. I'm gonna go get close enough so that I can toss a fucking rope around this Minotaur's neck.
Oh.
What's the range on rope?
It's a throw. It's a throw, and however long the rope is.
Yeah, so you can
Alright.
probably throw it 10 feet easy, if you don't want to get right up next to it.
So somewhere like here.
Yeah, if you want to stand back a bit, that's fine.
All right, let's do that. So that's 5, 10, 15. So I moved there, and I'm tossing the rope, trying to get it either around a corner.
Roll athletics, Mike, or
Yeah, throwing is athletics.
all right. Well, you cinch this lasso around this thing's neck. Okay.
So it's going to make a strength save. So this is essentially a grapple.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So you have grappled the Gorgon, for better or worse.
Okay. So I moved, and I did my action. Is that all I can do this turn?
You can move
Yep.
again if you want.
So yeah, I'll move. I'll try to pull him off. All right, I think behind him's better.
Okay.
What? Ruben didn't think this through, and that's also very true to his character. He's like,
Yeah, I think that Ruben deserves
This is a
point of
true-
inspiration
Yeah.
for his really flashy stupidity in this
Yep.
situation.
He just yells, "Now what?"
Can I shout? Tie it to the rock.
He takes one look at your bear trap and is just like, ah.
I feel like there's a saying about grabbing the bull by the horns. I don't remember how that saying is.
God.
Okay, 7.
You got those arrows. You might as well keep plugging away.
Maybe there's a chink by now.
Alright, I'll go for it again. Shoot another fire arrow.
Oof.
Boy.
2. Brutal.
Well,
Plus
I mean,
9 even.
to be fair, he was sort of the standout star of the last combat.
It's true.
Doing way too much damage, so
Very
let's
true.
just balance things out.
Okay, we'll forget that then. I guess I'll go for another fire arrow. Come on.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Okay, so that's 7. Crack Sizzle is up.
All right. So I'm gonna shout to Ruben. Hey, Sneaky, how hard you got that guy by the horn? Like, can you hold him?
Oh, I've got this. Very much. Barely.
You got it. You
Yeah.
real confident?
I just give him a thumbs up.
Super confident.
Thumbs up. Oh, I like that. Because you think you use both hands. That's pretty
And then
good.
well, here, I give you the thumbs up, and then it pulls a little bit, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I'm like, nope, yep, got it. I'm good.
So, okay, what is the nature of the back of this bad guy? This Gorgon right here.
He's got a bull butt that's made of metal plating.
He has a bull
Cheeks of
butt
iron.
that's
A bull buttocks.
A bulbatox that is made of metal plates and horrors of your nightmares.
so he's spiky.
No.
Ish. I mean, he's like
he's like mostly smooth, but it's like
I wouldn't bang it.
articulated metal plates.
Oh, he's probably like a Turian in that realm, in that sort of thinking. Plain armor.
Yeah.
Would you bang Garrus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I should jump up onto him?
Yeah. Yeah, you should. If you aren't, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jump up onto him.
All right,
Okay.
make an acrobatics or athletics check.
I
I'd say
shall.
acrobatics for this one.
Perfect.
He's grappled, and so I think that's good enough.
Okay.
Damn. I was about to do that. I'm glad that someone did.
Yeah. Yeehaw! I make a really good cowboy noise. Jump up here,
Uh-huh.
and I try to just stab him in the back of the head with the marbler.
So we say that we give him advantage on that, Mike, because the guy's grappled.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we give him advantage on his attack.
Okay. That means roll twice.
Mm-hmm. Hit the first time. Yeah.
Yep.
Shoot again.
One more. Come on.
Natural 20.
There it is. That's what you like to see.
There we go. Hold on a second. Should I go and roll damage?
Yeah, go roll damage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know who was saying 1 second, but
Sweet. Whew. Whew. Okay, so that's 19.
Nice.
Alright.
And you want to roll Constitution, Mike?
Yeah, so I'm taking off 19, and I'm rolling Constitution.
I'm gonna. Ooh,
So
yes.
he's still bleeding.
Still bleeding. I'm gonna go ahead and use Stunning Strike because I think Gwen will probably need a good stun to stand up.
What's your DC on your saves, Sam?
13.
He makes the save, so he gets stunned.
Bummer.
Oh well. You got him.
Although I would imagine that Gwen is so hit, she might think this is hallucination what she's seeing. Lassoed a giant bull
Took
thing.
like half her life in one hit, or well, 2 hits, but
Is this real life? Is this fantasy?
so it is
All
Gwen's turn.
It is Gwen.
Oh man.
I'm
Better
going
hold
to
on,
use-
Dragon.
I'm going to use my action to stand up.
Don't fuck this up, bird.
Or I guess I'll use my movement. I'll use my movement. to,
Yeah,
get
it
to my-
takes half your movement to stand up.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
I'm gonna click that. Nice.
There we go.
So I gain 15 temporary hit points,
Nice.
and every time it hits me again, it takes 15 cold.
Holy shit!
There we go.
Damn.
Love yourself, girl.
Yeah. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Cool.
All right, so now it is Gorgon.
He's almost
Zolas. The Gorgonzolas.
The Gorgonzolas.
Oh, he gores people too. This is a beautiful wordplay. I love it.
You also, you haven't used it all, Ruben.
Yeah.
As your breath weapon.
I was going to, but then a giant bird got in the way.
Don't blame this on me, Mister. Spin my turn making a rope.
That's now making it possible for you to ride a huge armor bull.
Listen, yes.
I like it.
Listen,
And it says it makes heart there for some reason.
So the Gorgon's going to use its petrifying breath, so it's going to hit Crack, Sizzle, and Gwen by way of where's my shit here?
Wait, so it escaped the grapple?
Nope, it didn't bother.
Now,
it didn't attempt to.
Okay.
But I'm wondering how it's going to hit the petrifying breath with a bird on its back. But I'm curious to see how that works.
So essentially, you can start the cone in any corner, in any part of your square. So it's essentially
like breathing it straight down and letting it go all around him.
right.
Okay.
So it's essentially breathing like this.
Copy that.
And catching 2 of them in it. So Gwen and Crack Sizzle need to make a DC 13 con save.
Don't fuck this up, you guys.
Con save.
Oh god! Oh god!
Breath isn't a spell. Okay.
Well, here comes me fucking this up.
Oh!
All right, Sam, you start feeling like your hands and your feet stuck to the bowl are starting to like harden and turn to stone. So that's all that happens for right now.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna die now. Come on.
You got a little stony icon on you there, Sam.
So you gotta save next round, or you get petrified.
You will survive.
Boy.
I believe in you.
I don't know.
They're gonna have to carry you back to.
You're just gonna leave him?
Well, no, I mean, I've always wanted a statue.
Bird
I'm a
statue.
great in gardens. That's fine.
Well, wherever we set up our main base at, we'll always keep you with us.
We'll tell your
Alright.
story.
Yeah.
It is back to Ruben now.
Oh. So are you going to stay on that thing there, Crack Sizzle?
You see him slowly turning to stone on his back, so you think so.
Yeah. I don't think I can jump off.
All right. Well, Ruben takes one look at this situation. Oh, gents, I was hoping to save this for... you joke. I was hoping to save this for later, but this went tits up pretty quick. Let's head back for a breath attack.
Okay, so what is your click on it?
We'll see what happens.
So it's a 5x30 line.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
Wait.
can he not hit Crack with that?
Yeah, he can, because...
Or what?
Yeah, because...
Is that...
Yep.
He just fucking torched us.
Can't he do that?
Yep, he can shoot straight between them.
Exactly what he's doing.
Dang.
But that bull is made of metal, Michael. What are the laws of conductivity on Gorgons?
Well, you know...
one of those birds is now partially stone, so...
Yeah,
I don't feel it.
It'll
Oh, that's true.
soften
You're
the
grounded.
iron up a
You're
little
grounded.
bit.
Yeah, Crack Sizzle's really stoned right now. He doesn't know what's going on. Doesn't know which way it's up. But a 9 is not enough to hit, unfortunately.
No, it's not. So I appreciate everyone talking like it was going to matter for like a minute.
Well, Crack Sizzle thanks his lucky stars that he's mostly stoned now and probably dead. So he doesn't have to worry about electricity anymore.
Not in bird heaven.
All right, Matthew, do you want to move?
I'm wondering, is Gwen up yet, or is she still on the ground?
Yeah, she's up.
Yeah, I'm up.
I wonder if there's anything I can do with this fucking rope other than pull it away. That would just make it mad.
If he pulled it away, is it looking at me right now?
Yeah. He can pull it away from you.
For me, could I do an opportunity attack?
If you left your area, yes.
Like, let's say he pulled it 5 feet away from me. I could then get an attack of opportunity on it.
Right, but he's only going to get half the movement.
No, but I can dash with my ability. So
if you can pull it 5 feet away from me, I can get an attack of opportunity on it.
So I can move because I'm. So basically, normally I'd be able to move 30, but I can move 30 right now because I'm doubling it to 60.
Correct. As long as it's grappled, it can't move and gets pulled with.
Oh yeah, so that's because he had it on 5 feet of rope. So now, does Sam have to stay? Is Sam frozen on him?
I think Sam's gonna fall off because he's getting petrified and shit. Sam would probably prefer to be fallen off, and
yes.
I mean, we could give Sam an attack of opportunity actually.
Yeah,
because he's not. You're not petrified yet.
You're just hardening.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I avoid dying?
You're like half.
You have to succeed. You have to succeed your Constitution save.
Yeah.
Oh, but I get an attack of opportunity though.
Yeah.
All right.
So where does that bull land? Does it land right there?
Yep, 5 feet away from you.
I mean, that's really close to me. All right, fuck it.
So I'm gonna take I'll take as I'm falling off the bull, turning into stone. I take out the marbler and I just go fuck.
All right. So and also Ryan, can you have Quinn attack opportunity?
Nothing at all.
All right, and since I took the Warcaster feat, I get to cast a single target 1 action spell as an opportunity attack. So I'm going to cast my Eldritch Blast against it twice.
Oh, fuck.
First one misses.
Wait, why do you get it twice?
Because I have 2 beams. When I cast it once, I get 2 beams.
Have you used your inspiration?
I'm going to use my inspiration. So I'm going to use my advantage that I gained to re-roll that last one.
Okay.
And that's even worse.
Oh my.
So that's my first blast, which just ricochets off. And my second one crits.
Oh, hey. Make sure to mark your inspiration, whatnot.
I will. Cool.
Okay, so roll that damage.
Oh, come on. What? No. What? Oh, so I rolled a 2 and then I rolled a 1 on my damage for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, so 6 damage.
Ruben's wondering if Gwen's wearing her glasses or not. That was real wide.
She seems real confused about what's going on.
Okay, so since I put my curse on it at the beginning of this thing, it actually does an additional 3 bonus damage.
That's right.
So it does 9 total.
All right, 9 damage. It's looking bloodied. It's it's not near death yet, but it's you've done some serious damage to this guy.
It is looking mad at you.
I was gonna say Ruben's just like, it looks real mad.
Not happy with trying to get away from his prey.
Okay, that brings us to 7.
What does it look like in here now that I'm in here?
Cavey. You don't have a lot of where we look around. In the 6 seconds that this round takes, that takes 20 minutes.
That's fair.
But it's a cave made of slate granite,
and there's debris from various crushed statues and adventurers. You would love to spend some time exploring and sealing shit when you have time.
Okay.
Can I? So I have like 1 fire arrow left. Can I combine the fire arrow with the Hail of Thorns?
So yeah, you could use it with that, Brian, but you would have to take a turn to cast the spell.
Okay. I'm gonna try that. Just this last freaking fire arrow. We're gonna see if we can turn it to a magical storm of fire arrows.
I like this plan.
You're gonna cast the
Hill of Thorns.
Hill of Thorns. But so that's next round. Or well, actually no, you're casting it right now. So you're casting a second level spell. Cool. All right.
Sizzle. Sir, I would like you to not become a ball of stone.
Thank you.
Please succeed.
Please succeed.
So make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Wait, so am I not rolling my attack or anything?
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's an action to cast the spell.
Oh, okay. I have to wait. Damn.
Alright. So, the good news, Sam, is that you make that save at the end of your turn. So this is your last turn before you turn to stone. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? It's getting dark, and the walls are closing in around you.
They're your wall body. The body is the walls. It's all stone.
All right, hold on. Fuck. I might have to make a new character called.
Well, I mean,
We can figure it out. We're 5th level. We have access to greater restoration spells.
and I mean,
Pretend to be
I feel
another
like-
statue.
I mean, no one gave Sam any inspiration for that really cool jump on the back of the Gorgon, and he could have used fucking advantage right there.
Should I give him a retroactive advantage?
I don't know.
Well, you know what? We
It's up to
just saw.
Carlos. If Carlos
we
is
just-
feeling merciful, then have it.
We also
Yeah.
saw this.
You can give him your inspiration.
Okay, I will.
This is a desperate. This is a desperate measure.
All right, so I'm feeling like just really confident that I'm not turning into stone. That I've just like ate something really
Yeah,
bad.
you're. It's like the last little bit of stone is starting to crust over your eyes, Sam.
All right,
And
go. Constitution save. Here we go.
Hiyo!
Oh man.
and you shake, and it starts crumbling off you, and you're so relieved because you can breathe again.
You wipe your eyes. Get the stone out of your eyes.
And
Oh my
I take
God,
the little,
Sam!
It's like a rockadoodle.
I take the little stone finger that I saved from the thing, and I go, "Fuck this," and I throw it back in the pile. I learned a cool, hard lesson.
So Sam,
had to
you
taste
still
the
have your
video.
turn, Sam.
What happened with this? Oh, never mind.
So the bowl is looking. Man, I really don't want to get breathed on again.
Neither does Ruben. So kill it already.
Oh, did you guys roll the recharge on the breath weapon?
I'm going to when it's the Gorgon's turn.
And
Gotcha.
then the Hail of Thorns hasn't happened yet. There's something going on in the background.
Yeah,
No, that'll happen.
next round for 7.
Got it.
Hmm.
So he's charging up his Kamehameha blast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please hold. Please hold.
Less syllables. Less syllables.
Commercial break.
I'm going to run over here. Just run over here. And I'm going to throw some darts at it, because fuck that shit.
Boo. Boo. Crack sizzle. Boo.
Ruben's really pissed, but deep down he's like, "That's fair.
Kind of gets it.
That's fair."
Because I don't want to get hit by the kitty cat in the tree. Like me next turn if I run up on top of it.
Alright, roll
Hit it,
your
Sam.
attack. That's a hit.
Cool. Alright, so then I'm going to use...
Are they dipped in anything fun, like poison, maybe?
I don't have anything fun yet
Oh,
with that stuff.
Ruben's got some notes.
Write them down. I'll
You gonna
take...
roll the damage?
Yes. Yeah.
Oof,
Oh, that's pretty good for a dart.
gnarly dart. I got the damage, Mick.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure Gwent loosened that pickle jar for you.
You did.
So Crack Sizzle appreciates life and living and rethinks his choices for a moment. And then it's Gwen's turn.
This is maybe one of the most traumatic things that ever happened to you, Sam.
Actually, Crack Sizzle at the end of this fight is going to change the end of his name to like a crumbling of rock sound.
It's just crack.
Just crack. Yeah.
All right. Gwen?
Gwen? Okay. Let's see here.
Crack, sizzle, crumble.
Okay, I'm gonna run up behind it.
Or in front of it? Where that is.
I think it's facing you now because you pulled it, right?
Well, I don't know how that. If I
Yeah,
turn it around.
it's looking at you now, Ruben.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I mean,
that's important.
facing is not a thing in
Yeah,
this, so
I just didn't know if I pulled it back and it just went backwards. So okay.
somewhere in between
Okay.
that, yeah.
Cool. I'm going to let's see here. Try and
You should be whacking it with the biggest weapon that you can summon.
I mean that's the thing is that my hex blade only works
Oh,
with
one-handed.
weapon.
That's right.
I've heard tell of bazooka in lands unknown.
I'm gonna try and whack it with my longsword and not hit it.
That was an Eldritch Blast.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong thing.
Clang, clang, clang. Alright, so Senor Gorgon, he's going to roll a d6 and not recharge his breath weapon.
Is he still grappled, or is he going to try to challenge that?
He is still grappled.
Wait, did I have advantage since he's grappled?
I don't think so. He's not
Okay.
prone.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think it's time to get out of this grapple for him. So he's going to roll strength
And buck.
and just buck that shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think so.
All right, so roll athletics against that, Matthew. All right, so this is what happens.
Wait. So Matthew's thrown out of the cave, right?
Yes.
Because we don't want. Okay, so Crack Sizzle needs to out. Like, make sure he doesn't lose line of sight with 7. That bulk shouldn't lose. If the Gorgon goes into the cave and 7 loses line of sight, we're kind of fucked.
I don't think he's going anywhere into the cave. I think he's still very much pissed at everything that's outside of it.
To not talk shit or anything, but has 7 hit him yet?
But isn't he winding up? But he's winding up for a level 2 spell.
That is true. That is true.
Did Ruben take any damage from that, or did he just get tossed out of the cave?
No, you just got tossed out.
Okay.
You're a tumbler.
All right.
Great.
So the Gorgon's going to reposition himself around there, and that's his turn.
Did it?
Ruben.
So, am I in line of sight of 7?
It
Whatever
didn't
murder is about to
disengage
happen?
you. So
Got it.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to stab it in the face with a sword, or maybe a dagger right in the eye. No, rapier right in the eye.
So what's
Get it right in the eye.
Yep.
Poke that damage.
I am getting there. Hold on.
No, you just click the rapier.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
I should have taken mine. All right, so you do 8 damage to it.
You got
This
the
thing
damage,
is-
Carlos?
Yep. This thing.
And then, because of this, I can't take an attack of opportunity against me because it was selectable. So that's good.
Yes, because you hit it, so you could move away from it now.
Yes, which is what I'm gonna do because I am a swashbuckler. Move. Yeah. Just...
All right, 7. You're up. You know, make that last fire arrow.
Make that shot.
Let's hope this counts.
Make it happen.
Alright, so I need to.
Roll attack.
Alright.
Did I get a little bit of eyeball on my sword? It was a crit.
Yeah, you definitely poked its eye, but its eye is also made of iron.
So it's really cool how it looks on my sword then.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's still in there because it still has. It's made of iron.
Your sword got a little stoned.
Alright.
Yeah, your sword is blunted.
All right, 7.
Hit
Make
him.
it happen.
Right.
Come on, hit that last one.
All right. Hope this counts. And he let out a little kitty kooky eye.
Kamehameha!
Yes. All right. So
Okay.
hit the attack or hit the damage on it. So you did 12, and then
Plus an extra d4.
yeah. So roll 1d4. I got it.
Plus 2d10. All right.
So it's an extra 10 damage to it.
All right. Gwen's gonna get hit by that.
Well, no. I mean, if he targets it over here, it's only a 5-foot radius, right?
It's not a radius. It's creatures within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Let me make my dex save.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also,
You're quick for an old
Guam,
lady.
Guam, your shield.
Hmm?
Your shield.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And then can I also use the Colossus Slayer as well?
Yes, you can. Nice. Okay.
Cool. So as that sort of
So it's
rain
20.
of nails.
Yep, 13. And so roll your shield. Like, do you have a description of it?
It's not that serious.
Oh no.
Okay.
It could be real. It could be terrible.
Roll.
I would not use this. I would not use your shield.
No, you have to. Roll a d6, Ryan.
God, this is gonna kill.
How do I roll a d6 again?
Wait, what the fuck's about to happen? I'm
Slash
so excited.
R
Something
1d6
really bad.
Slash R1d6.
with a space in between the slash R.
In between? Okay. A 5.
All right, 30-foot explosion.
All right.
DC.
So
Let's see who's.
So it'll be
it's
that.
just me.
Yeah, it's just him.
It's just me and the creature.
Oh no, wait, it would be from you. So
Ruben and Crack Sizzle make a DC. Make
No.
a dex save.
Why? I'm really far away.
radius though. So yeah, it's 30 feet.
I'm also behind a pile of things.
No,
wait,
you're all having to make it. You're all having to make it. So just roll DC save.
Oh, sorry, which
For
one?
Dex save.
Dex.
Oh, okay.
Even me?
No. So what? Is that the damage, Mike? Oh no, you didn't roll damage.
Save for half.
I'll roll.
So 2d6 damage.
No, it's 1d6.
What level was the spell? It's a second level spell.
For spell level. Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, Ruben.
I mean,
Dragon!
Okay, so you guys see Seven shoot flaming arrow that bursts apart into a hail of flaming storms that, Gwen then, Braveheart shields under her weird, like, shell shield, and as those shards of flaming, arrow hit her shield, this invisible explosion, this shockwaves out from smacks into both Crack and Ruben.
And the Gorgon.
And the Gorgon,
Who fails to save?
and dies. How do we make it dead, Mike?
Put an X on it, like that.
There it is.
There we go.
Boom!
All right. Congratulations, gentlemen. You killed a Gorgon.
Nearly at the cost of your own lives.
Cracks his life.
So,
well, I thought that went really well.
What would you guys?
Well, now that
I
it's
kick it to make sure it's dead. And I stub my toe because it's metal.
I say, wait, who's got the compass?
I do, and I pull it out.
Here's your candle back.
Thank you.
All right. Let me see.
In my line of work, people steal pens and things all the time.
Is the compass still pointing in the same direction? Hasn't changed now that this thing's dead?
That's a good question for.
It's kind of like quivering a little bit, like that.
Walk around, so we walk around it, and does it change as we walk around to make
Gorgon?
sure we are? cut into
No,
the Gorgon?
It's not inside the Gorgon's butt, if that's what you're asking.
I mean,
Oh, so Ruben,
I'm
you're inside. You're inside now.
Oh yeah.
All right, so it's still pointing in the same direction through the cave.
okay.
One second.
But there is a big pile of just shit over there.
I do want to look at that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up here and take a look at this shit too.
Okay, roll investigation. Both of you, since you're both over there. Okay, so there are no bodies, but there's chunks of stone strewn about and decaying armor. You don't really find anything of value, like martially speaking, but you do find a bunch of coin purses.
Yep.
And between all the different adventures, there are 400 copper, 2,000 silver.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a lot of just like this guy carrying so much change. 500.
What was that?
Yeah.
What was the next
sure
one?
You can.
500.
500 gold.
Wow.
Whoa.
And yeah, I think that does that for the gold.
We could buy like 30 shitty adventure packs back at that store, guys.
Yeah.
No loot on the Gorgon.
Yeah, can we check out the Gorgon?
No, the Gorgon doesn't have anything on its
It's
body.
simmering.
Oh, sorry. I mean, it threw up some coins. It's a Gorgon.
That at 8 earlier.
It doesn't have anything on its body.
Crack Sizzle just spits on the Gorgon, just like.
So in the next room, you hear some scrambling, and up on top of this little ledge of this rock formation, you hear this little voice saying, "They can't have it! They can't have it!
Oh, I saw this movie. It's the worst.
The precious, the precious." So as you guys kind of collect some things and come to take a peek here, why don't you all roll initiative? Because motherfucker, this thing's not over, bitch.
Right.
Maybe you should have rested.
There was no time to rest.
Yeah.
That's some
No.
bullshit.
There's no rest for the wicked, and I am very, very wicked.
Why didn't we rest? That seems silly.
Oh no.
I got 11.
Up in the kind of upper left-hand corner of this cave that you're in, you know, the kind of rock formations go up into the roof and up to the ceiling with stalactites and whatnot. And this little beholder creature, you know, some kind of oddity. You can roll Knowledge Arcana if you want to know exactly what it is. But as far as you're concerned, it's a beholder monster.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
freaky beholder monster.
Does this beholder does it look like Rhagnul? Does it look similar to him? Aside from just like basically it's a beholder?
His coloring does.
So he looks similar.
Similar, very
Interesting.
Yeah, the coloring. The features are different, but the coloring is the same.
Interesting.
We can't.
So, Seven and Crack Sizzle notice this thing looks like a beholder, but it's a little bit too small to be a real beholder.
And it has less eye stalks than are, traditionally thought of. It only has 4.
You.
Okay.
But it's still gross. And it's still as big as a person.
Still a bad thing.
All right. So, Ruben, make a Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
You are paralyzed for 1 minute. All right. Let's see.
Jesus, that's like the whole fucking fight.
All right.
1 minute.
Cracks,
How long did the Gorgon?
I'm gonna go play
How long
some
did the
Zelda.
Gorgon
You guys
fight?
call me when I'm back.
Right.
4 minutes.
Four. Crack Sizzle, make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
All right. So Crack Sizzle makes
I
it
accidentally
fine.
hit wisdom twice.
But it's still fine either way.
Okay.
All right. So you just barely eke out that Wisdom save. Ruben is paralyzed.
But I got paralyzed in an awesome-looking pose.
Oh, you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn. That's
And then we have 7.
Right. Get some snacks.
How are you looking on health, Gwen?
Me? I'm down to 22 right now. My max is 41, and I have 2 temporary hit points left.
Alright, I'm gonna move up, and I'm gonna cast a
heal.
2nd level heal on you.
Nice.
All
There you go.
Cool.
Not bad.
Right, I can work with that.
Alrighty.
Cool.
You guys also have those heal potions too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bryant, if you want to move, you're also welcome to move if you would like.
Yeah, I'll move back and get. I'm a little rangy, man.
Okay, next up is Gwen.
Okay. I'm going to step forward, and I'm going to cast Cause Fear. And I'm going to step up, and as the verbal component of it is, I'm going to tell him, you there with the eyes. I've worked for Rhagnul for a while, but I don't know what he's going to do to you. Is that what you've done?
Alright, and he makes a wisdom saving throw. Oh,
Shits the bed.
so he's frightened. Alright. Crack Sizzle, let's see what you got.
All right, I'm gonna move right next to Gwen, and in her same voice say the same thing. It doesn't have that effect, but I really appreciate that.
Does it respond?
It
peed a little.
yeah, well, it shrivels at your call, and it says, "You can't have it. I must protect it. You cannot have it. I will die to protect it." So it seems kind of crazy. All right, Crexton, what are you gonna do?
We're in combat with this thing, right? We can't talk this thing down. We're gonna fight this thing.
You can talk it down if you so
try.
desire.
You have to make like a intimidation or something.
Intimidation or persuasion.
Persuasion.
check.
So I ask the monster what it is, and it's like in a voice that's very similar to its own. I say, "We want it. What is it? Tell us. We want it badly."
Make a deception check.
All right. So the the creature it says
It believes you are a voice inside its
it says precious ingredients we must protect. They must be delivered, and none may have them.
Okay, and then I look at Gwen and I lick my lips like the grossest bird tongue licking thing motion you could do.
Ruben.
Oh yeah, I gotta do Constitution.
Yeah, save that shit. Constitution save. Yeah! Alright, you're free.
I was in the middle of a sentence. Shit! I'm gonna steal your shit. I was just gonna.
Ruben, you notice everyone is like in a different position than they were a couple seconds ago.
Well, I would say that this is the first time that's happened, but that would be a lie. Now I'm gonna beat you up too, because that was very embarrassing. Unless we're not beating people up now. Are we beating people up?
We want their ingredients.
So there's a bunch of rubble in front of this little ledge here. It's a small ledge, but you're gonna have a little bit of a hard time kind of clambering up to where this thing is.
Do I see the ingredients?
You can't from down here.
Not from down here, no.
I was just gonna steal your stuff, dude. Now I'm gonna beat you up.
So
That's what you get for embarrassing the sea snake.
double move.
The sea snake.
You've heard of me. Don't act like you haven't.
Yeah, you guys, roll history.
Okay. Gladly.
Well, and I'd like Ruben to make an athletics check as well.
Okay.
I'm really good.
Yeah, you still haven't heard of it.
I've never heard of the sea snake.
That's right. I'm very mysterious.
Wait, I never heard of the sea snake either.
But he is up on
Not
that
even
shit.
on an 18.
Yeah, up on that
Whoa.
shit.
Can I attack him right now, or was that my entire?
You can. No, you can.
Let's do it.
You can.
And you probably should.
Yeah, I'm going to. In the eye.
Nice. And you get a sneak attack.
I do. So that's just another rapier attack, correct?
No,
Oh, no, it's
you
sneak
hit
attack.
the sneak and then hit your rapier damage as well.
Yep.
It
Nice, 13.
is not a fan of that. All right, so it's its turn. Ruben, make a Constitution saving throw.
Balls.
Boy.
All right. So let me roll 3d6.
So it gazes at you with this green sickly eye, and a very similar looking beam just streaks out at you.
13 damage.
So I can have that, I believe, with uncanny dodge.
So let's fear Ruben. Make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw, Ruben.
Oh,
Oh, well done.
I laugh in your face at
Well
your
done.
many eyes. Ha ha ha.
All right.
Your mind is reinforced.
Seven's turn.
I've seen witches scarier than you.
Sea witches.
Those two.
Alright. I'm going to.
I went with wenches, but witches works.
Larg.
I assume that doesn't hit.
No, it does not.
A 2
Alright.
does not hit, no.
Well, it's 11.
I know, but you rolled a 2.
Alright. Well, second attack.
That hits.
There we go.
Alright. Roll that. 12, and I'm also going to add Colossus Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 12 and 6 is 18 damage on our friend here.
How's he looking?
He's not looking too hot. He's bloodied.
Okay.
And,
He's got an arrow. He's got an arrow in an eye.
and he's very afraid, and he wants to be out of here, and he does not want to be here with you folks. At the moment.
Yeah, you guys are very spooky. Spooky scary.
Super spooky. Gwen is her turn right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ruben, while you're up there,
Yes, please. I was
Sorry.
going to ask.
you can see a number of crates and chests and goodies.
Ah.
Excellent. I don't tell anybody.
No, nothing up here. Just come down here. Ruben's just like
Busy fighting.
I'm going to do some Eldritch Blast, as I am wont to do. First beam misses. Is that a fail?
I ducked down.
And my second blast also misses. Cool.
Sam.
Okay.
Can't you key dash?
So take the marbler out, and I'm just gonna key dash up to this guy. Yep.
And so you'll need to make athletics.
Okay. So I can like scale the little area.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of stumble over the.
So spell reflection. If Gwen misses, can he still reflect the spell?
Oh. Dear.
All right. So Gwen, re-roll your attack against Ruben.
God damn it.
Wait, what?
Creature can reflect spells. So
Ooh, okay.
you cast your Eldritch Blast at it, and it's going to
Mhm.
and it missed, so it's going to reflect that spell into Ruben.
It's a ricochet.
Okay.
So let's roll that at Eldritch Blast again.
All right.
Crit, crit. No, doesn't hit.
Okay, and second one doesn't hit.
Ah,
All right, you are lucky, Ruben.
So I dashed up here. Very wind-like. Practically flew, some would say.
Uh huh.
And then I'm gonna
Well, not many people would say that.
attack.
Some would say.
Some might be so kind as to say that, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm gonna use the marbler to attack the beholder thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do a extra attack.
All right.
And extra attack is not the punching, right? It's the
Just
I just get to attack another.
You can attack again, but if you make it an attack, you get the AC bonus.
Hmm.
All right, that's a hit.
Okay.
And it takes it. And Sam, you do a quick just flick of your wrist, and in a roundabout motion, you carve off one half of two of his eye stalks in one fell swoop, and it just falls over dead, bleeding and sort of deflated.
Yes.
And you find the collection of goods that you were sent to retrieve.
Yeah.
All of them?
The rest of the stuff?
Yeah. Can everyone make investigation checks?
I'm also looking for any fancy spoons.
Ruben
Okay.
sighs. He had some sort of eyeball pun and it just escaped him.
So, Gwen, and in your guys' digging around the rubble and stuff like that, Gwen, you find a potion. Can you roll Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you recognize it. It's a potion of greater healing. Ruben, you find a coil of tightly bound rope. It's kind of looped in on itself and tied in on itself.
Rope!
Seems
I love rope.
kind of innocuous, but yeah, roll Arcana. You don't know what it is, but you know this rope is magic. Ryan, you find a potion as well. Okay, you don't recognize it. I'm going to find the potion in just a second. Sam, you find a ring.
Yes.
It's a very smooth, polished lapis lazuli ring.
Pretty.
Okay, well, it just seems like a really pretty ring.
Yeah, who has the highest proficiency in Arcana?
I'm proficient in it. I can
Gwen.
So I show my potion to Gwen and be like, "Hey, what the hell is
All right,
this?"
Gwen, that's for it's a pale yellow potion with kind of green leafy bits in it.
Mhm.
And it you recognize it as a potion of animal friendship.
Oh. So Crack Sizzle will do the same thing and even make the same noise that Seven did.
Yeah.
No
Alright.
question mark.
Gwen.
All right. Nope. Don't know.
Yeah, you don't recognize it.
Looks nice.
It's a
How
nice
much you
ring.
want? How much you want for the ring? It's pretty. It'd look good with this cape.
Nothing. I'm going to keep it.
You're gonna put it on?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on.
Okay. All right. Well, Sam, you put it on, and you don't know what you feel, but you feel something. Something's different about you.
Am I taller?
Nope.
Great, the bird has a ring.
And are you gonna show the rope?
Yeah, this is magic, right? I mean, it obviously is magic. I'm just a little, fuzzy on the details.
Yeah.
Okay. You recognize it immediately. It is a rope of climbing.
See, rope of climbing. It was on the tip of my tongue. I was real close.
And it's 3 pounds, can hold up to 3,000 pounds. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to rope animates. As a bonus action, you can command the other end to move towards the destination you choose. That end moves 10 feet on your turn when you first command it, and 10 feet on each of your next turns until reaching the destination up to its maximum length away. You can also tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object, or to unfasten itself to knot or unknot itself, coil itself for carrying.
As Gwen explains this to me, I just sort of caress, and I'm like, "Oh, what plans? What plans I have for you?"
Ruben's into shibari.
Listen, he's never had a rope kink until this very moment.
All right, you've completed your quest.
Did. I'm gonna sever the other two beholder eye stalks.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put those in my bag.
All right.
And then
Sam, are you taking all of the eye stock, or Sam, are you taking 2 of them since you cut them?
Oh yeah. Also, do you want 2 of these? I mean,
I'll take one. I think it seems delicious to have it, so I'll take one of them.
Okay.
But someone else can have the other one if they want it. Would you like one, kitty cat? I dangle it like a little ball thing.
Cat toy.
I like
Yeah, cat toy.
crawl on my back and I'm all like fidgeting at it. Like, yeah.
Right. So then I give 7 a little cat toy beholder eye stock.
Yes.
All right.
Then I'm also gonna go to the outside of the cave and cut the horns off of the Gorgon.
Okay, make a strength roll.
Okay, I did.
Okay. Wow. All right. So yeah, you you have to hammer at this thing with your longsword for a good hour.
Mm-hmm.
But you cut off these 2 horns.
All right.
Do feel better now? That really that important to you? The horns?
Yep.
I've
got a thing for horns.
Yeah, I noticed. Anyone would notice.
So, what is next on your agenda?
Do we not find anything else inside of the cave aside from what we've already?
No, that was you found everything. Oh.
Okay.
Here's a question. So you said that, right? It took what would it take to de-stone somebody?
Greater restoration spell, probably.
Yeah, or lesser, I think even.
And we didn't find anything like that inside, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
So I'll have to leave these poor bastards here.
I was gonna find the fanciest looking one or the prettiest, but alas.
Are there
Fair maiden?
Are they all? They all look like warriors that are all frozen up for the most
Yeah,
part?
they look like they were adventurers.
Okay, so there's no defenseless looking mother and children or anything like that.
No, and there might be victims. These definitely look like people who came to this island. Not
Right.
this thing doesn't bring things places. So these look like aggressors.
Okay.
This was its natural habitat.
Hey, it's a job hazard.
Yeah.
Adventuring's not easy.
Yeah, I get the idea that the the dust from these people was making its way into the lake,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what was causing the sediment in the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy! So I wonder if we've just fucked up all of the.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because we're gonna burn one of those places to the fucking ground, right?
I think we just burned both of them down. I mean,
Maybe.
If there's a way that we can get money out of burning both down.
The other night we were drinking that whiskey we were drinking. People.
Oh no! Yeah, we figured that out.
Oh no!
That's why it's so good.
No! You'll be drinking me.
The whiskey is people.
So are you guys headed back to town?
Yeah. Do we heal up, or are we all?
We're gonna spend the night here, and then
I say,
head back.
yeah. Let's take a long rest here, and then we'll head into town in the morning.
Yeah.
We're headed back to Pete's Hollow, and so you spend the night there, and you leave first thing, and it takes you all to Pete's Hollow. So you're on it's sun is setting by the time you're back in, and so this is the end of your 4th day, and you need to head back pretty soon. You're running out of time.
Yeah, we need to.
So if you're gonna do something, you need to do it fast.
Should we go check out the blacksmith? I mean, we did save him.
Yeah,
right?
let's go to the blacksmith before we head out of town.
Did she offer you a reward?
I don't think she did.
No.
She just said
That's not
keep
gonna
an eye
stop
out
us
for
from
me.
claiming one.
Yeah.
I think we just kind of said we'd keep an eye out. Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, so you guys head back over to the blacksmith, and you see Tawny in there tending to her father, the man you saw on the plateau, enslaved by the Lamia. And she looks up and she sees you guys, and who came in first?
I will.
All right. She runs up to you and like throws you a big hug. She's like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough for saving my dad."
And she's a dwarf?
I think so. Yes.
Oh, wait,
Yes? Okay.
No, she's a human.
The
She's
bartender is the dwarf.
Okay.
the bartender is a dwarf. That's racist.
Yeah.
She
is very short though.
Yeah, I'll just give her a big old grandma hug and pick her up off the ground, sort of shake her around a little bit. Just say, well, that's what we do. Let people know.
I mean, we also, accept actual thanks, so that's good too.
Oh, okay. Hey, well, look, like we don't have a lot to offer. This isn't a big business area, but we have a pretty basic selection of weapons and pieces of armor. So if you need anything, you can take it right off the shelf. If you guys want basic piece of weapon, there's not any heavy. There's some, it's all standard stuff. So if you needed an extra short sword or long sword, you could get.
Oh,
but
I need some new clothes, just not just standard basic cloth robes, but mine are so dirty.
Also, the part of them are stone.
This is the blacksmith, so they don't have that shit here.
I'll prestidigitation. And I clean all of the mud and dirt off, just in a snap of my fingers.
All right, so everyone's squeaky clean.
That's a good grandma spell.
That's a very good.
Are there any very nice looking spoons that a blacksmith has made?
You don't see any spoons available for sale, but you do see back behind the counter. There's a small table where someone was eating lunch with a spoon covered in meaty stew.
I'll ask her. What was the spoon made of? Is it just like a metal spoon?
It's a metal spoon.
All right, I'm gonna ask her for the spoon.
Ask her for the spoon.
Is that the roll persuasion or?
No, just ask her for the spoon.
All right. I won't take any armor or anything, but 7 would very much like that spoon I see back there.
The spoon I was feeding my dad with?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird. I guess
we get this a lot.
I mean, I don't want to look. This is kind of shameful for a blacksmith, but it's our only spoon.
Oh, your father's a blacksmith, so he can.
I have one wooden spoon. I will give you the wooden spoon if you give me the metal spoon.
He has a deficiency. He can't make spoon.
Oh God. Well, here.
He can make anything else, but he can't.
Will you trade? My friend, the metal spoon for a wooden spoon? Look, we're not asking for anything else.
We aren't.
No, we're not. We're 5th level. We don't need basic bullshit.
Okay. She's like, okay. I guess that's okay, but this isn't like a. That's a soup spoon that you're giving us.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my hand. I'm gonna face palm her face and just say, yeah.
Bunch of weirdos.
Where's next on your agenda?
I'll say I'll say that I understand that we're not asking for any. I'm saying this to you guys. Saying, I know we're not taking anything else from these people, but how about I let you guys burn down a distillery?
Okay.
I vote for the General Cud. That place.
I vote
really
for both of them.
Okay. Roll for arson.
Are you doing this in the middle of the day? How are you doing it?
Is that nature?
I have really high stealth. I can sneak up in the middle of the day.
What's the plan? Just tell me what the plan is, and I'll let you do it. You have 2 distilleries. You can see where it is. What are you gonna do to them?
Okay.
Just gonna sell
I see a shipment going towards the General Cud, and I take some of my oil and I create Molotov and I set it in there as it goes inside.
Okay.
It's gonna go
Okay,
off.
oh.
It's gonna go off.
Oh, I see. You lit it. Okay, roll stealth.
Where did we settle? Did 7 get the spoon?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
God damn it! Wait, did anyone give me inspiration? Actually, someone said something earlier about the whole rope around the thing, but I wasn't sure if that was for real.
I give inspiration.
I gave mine to Crack too for not turning into stone.
That's fair. No, I remember that. I literally was something I was going to ask about
So
earlier.
Matthew, as you sneak up, you drop the oil at your feet, and you light yourself on fire. So you take 3 fire damage. Does anyone else have any brilliant plans?
I see him.
Live your best life.
Which way is out of town?
North.
Do we need to north? Okay, so I see him sort of trying to stalk his way up to the cart and then drop the oil, and I just start walking out of town. I don't wait for you guys. I just start walking.
Are you going to get your wagon? What about your wagon?
Where is our wagon?
At the inn.
Where's the inn?
The burning barrel.
Okay, well, I guess I see him trying to go towards the gentle cut, and I just say, "Oh, all right," and I go and get the wagon.
Okay, so you're headed out of town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's get on the road.
We should still burn down the gentle cut, I think.
Okay, if you want to burn down the gentle cud, how about you wait till we leave?
Okay.
You can go back into town and try and do it. You get one chance.
Okay.
But if you get caught, you're on your own. We're not coming back for you.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like,
No.
I'll be there for you.
Okay.
Take advantage of my
I'm still steaming a little bit and I'm a little singed, but I'm like, I'm in.
Okay.
So,
that's fine.
well, okay. So you've loaded up your cart with all those things, and as you jostle things together, you notice the fire salts spark.
Balls.
No. They spark?
Yeah.
Okay. I will use prestidigitation to instantly put it out.
No. It's more like you notice, like it's not like it's lighting on fire. It's there's maybe the potential. And there's a whole case of them. There's a whole case of them.
It's just
I
like
have
I
an
handle
idea.
with care.
How
Yeah.
much do we have?
Like a case.
How much do we need to come back with?
You don't know.
I mean,
Let's
let's
take a
not.
little bit. A pinch. Just a pinch.
Guys, do you guys want to make a bomb?
Yes.
Oh God.
All right, so I have some
Terrible.
ball bearings. I
Is there a
have...
way we
No,
could?
ball bearings. No, we're not going
Yeah, we're
There-
gonna kill people. I mean, what do you really
We're
think is
not
going to happen to a distillery full of people? What do you? People working? Just don't work.
If we time it right, it doesn't have to be.
Is there any way we could like attach some of the fire salts to like one of my arrows?
You guys are no fun.
What are we looking to get out of this? There's not even a reward.
just
Yes.
petty, delicious.
No, we're getting money. He said we would get money for burning the place down.
Yeah, but
Oh,
we're
yeah.
leaving town.
I can leave a forwarding address.
As a chaotic neutral character, I think that this is a good idea.
I'm totally down to somehow attach some fire salts to an arrow.
Jesus Christ.
So, okay, that's what we want to do. We're going to roll out of town, and then we're just going to have... And then, Seven's going to take a shot, like a pot shot.
Yep. Even if we don't
Okay.
get paid, I'm a lizard of my word, and I told him I would burn down a place.
Okay. So you guys get on your cart. You tie a jar of fire salts to the end of one of his arrows, and as Seven is sitting on the back of the cart, he aims, he knocks his bow, and he fires. Roll your attack.
God.
All right. It flies through the window, and nothing happens for a second.
Oh.
And you're kind of disappointed. And so everybody just sort of gets into the front of the wagon, and then suddenly you're rocked by the coolest rear-facing explosion that you could ever
not
driving away from the place. And, just for good form, that explosion is big enough to take the Hatchet Apple Distillery and the Townmaster's house.
And I'm just like, after I do that, we're riding away in the big explosion. I'm just like licking my paws because I'm just like, so cool.
Give him some inspiration for that one, Matthew.
That was cruel. Murdered a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wanton murder. All right. Well, let's get to this and close tonight out. So you guys, after your very violent end,
we do the job, and then we sometimes get paid.
You head back to Silvery Moon, and as you approach, within a couple miles of it, you start to get the feeling that you're being watched, and that feeling doesn't let up as Gwen leads you back to the warehouse where you first interviewed. The Minotaur is gone now.
I'd hope so.
Its blood is cleaned up. But the fireplace is still smashed open, and Gwen leads you into a storage room full of barrels and metal chests. Gwen, you know that there is a hidden door under this pile. What do you do?
Is that where we're supposed to head?
You think that's yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll say, well, let's move this.
All right, so you guys move a bunch of trash out of the way, and there is indeed a hidden door. The trap door leads you down a stone spiral staircase. There aren't flags. It looks hewn, like carved from raw stone. And as you descend, there are small portholes, kind of large enough to fit your hand through, and they give you glimpses into various chambers. One is an Arcanist Dream. It's a library that stretches beyond the bounds through the little porthole. Arcane objects and treasures lay loose on tables everywhere, just kind of strewn about. Another is the most well-equipped kitchen you can imagine. The air coming out of it is cold, turning your breath into steam, and hunks of frozen exotic-looking meats hang suspended in the air, nothing holding them up. Another hole is blocked, but you can hear arguing in Giant. And it sounds like two ogres arguing over dinner. The stairs seem to... What?
I speak Giant, so I can understand
You can hear them. Yeah, they're arguing. Yeah, this is my meat hook. This is my meat hook. And it pretty much goes on loop because they're just dumb NPCs that I don't have characters for.
Ruben's still looking at the treasure porthole and realizes everybody's moving.
Yeah. You try to reach your hand through.
I do.
But the stairs seem to go on for fucking ever. And you've really lost track of how deep you've gone. Even you, Gwen, who you're familiar with this place, it's always sort of disconcerting when you come down here. Like how far it is, and you forget. And finally, you arrive at a stone door, and Gwen pushes it open, beckoning you guys inside. Not to tell you what you're doing, but I assume that's what you're going to do.
Yes, that's what we do.
Yeah. The door opens up into a massive chamber carved obsidian. It's black and reflective. Braziers sporting blue flames cast the whole chamber in an eerie light. In the center is dais carved from lapis. And from its cerulean base, snaking tendrils have been woven into a large circle 20 feet in diameter. Suddenly, arcane energy begins to arc between the intertwined arms, creating a spinning, shifting ball of light at the center of the dais. The light expands, blinding you, and then immediately contracts, collapsing in on itself and stabilizing as a swirling portal. You can hear and see suggestions of light and sounds coming from it, but before you can consider it, you hear a booming voice above you. "You're late. Go on. No time for dallying." And on the ceiling above you is a large stone circle. It opens up, iris style, and a disturbing sight descends upon you. Another larger, much larger, fleshy orb, about 6 or 7 feet in diameter, descends upon you and realize what a fearsome creature your patron has been this entire time. With similar coloring to the smaller one that you fought in the cave, this is a beholder, and his skin is a grayish blue. 6 eye stalks crown the top of his head. And while none of you are overly familiar with these beasts, you do know 2 things. They do not have limbs, per se, but this beholder's lowest 2 eye stalks are different. They terminate in 8 smaller tendrils, boneless fingers. But the second thing that you know, even without arcana checks, is that beholders are not known to wear clothes or sport facial hair. But this beholder has doffed a floppy chef's hat and a fitted chef's coat around its weird circular bulk, and sleeving over its 2 arms. Yeah, its underbelly, and between his eye and his gaping, pristinely human-toothed maw is a mustache that would make Mario envious. He looks at all of you, and suddenly these folded parcels appear in your hands. You don't remember your hands being outstretched, waiting for folded parcels, but they are. And he looks at the 4 of you. Put them on.
Guess I'll open the
Sure.
parcel.
Yeah, I open the parcel and look at it.
All right, so it's a very specific looking uniform. It's the same blue-gray as his skin, and on the back, embroidered in a gold and silver thread, is a large eye with a chef's hat on top of it. There's not enough time to explain. You need to put on the uniforms and come with me. The portal is collapsing. And he heads through the portal. What do you do?
Let's go. I say.
Well, I guess since he's my I know him essentially. I guess that I've already, like, even as I notice it's in my hand, I just start unfolding it because I probably know what he wants me to do, and I know at least have an idea of what's happening.
All right. Are you guys putting on your uniforms?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it's and you're surprised at how well they fit. I mean, they are like tailored for you. Like he knew your measurements all along.
I love the cut of a good outfit. This
As if these uniforms were made for you. All right, so are you headed through?
Yeah, it sounds like a good story for Seven to tell, so he heads on through.
All right, so you step toward the portal, and as you do, you can feel down on a cellular level a vibration as your vital essence is beginning to separate. Your forms dissolve into a fine mist and are sucked into the depths of the portal. You careen through time and space, your sense both dulled and amplified. A million colors and sounds and smells you've never experienced rip by you in fractions of seconds, tearing apart your psyche. And just as suddenly as it starts, it stops. You're put back together, your body and mind align, and your sense of time is restored. You're spat out onto a cold, black marble floor, and above you, kind of in the distance, but above you, you can hear cheering. And a muffled voice is speaking over the crowd, which you can't really make out. And the beholder glares at all of you and beckons you to follow him down the tunnel toward the noise, and he speeds down there. Do you follow him?
Can I make a perception check?
Sure. What are you looking for? Just anything? You're just in like a smooth marble hallway. At the end where he is heading, you can see light and a spiral staircase. You don't really need a perception check for that.
Okay.
I turn to the others in the group. I'm like, so which eye do you guys look at when he talks at you? I can't make up my mind. So many of them.
Top
Big
left.
one?
There is not time for chatting!
Ugh. Okay, I'll follow.
All right.
Yeah, let's go. If we don't have anywhere else to go.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I'm sticking.
he floats up this spiral staircase, and as you get to the top of it, it's blinding when you walk in. And this is what you see before you. It's a great arena, flanked on all sides by countless attendees of every race you've ever seen, and many more that you haven't. The crowd is cheering like mad when you hear, "So please, did you extend your welcome to Mira's Gastronomancers?" And on the other, the far end of the floor, the arena floor, which we are now... And where are your characters now? Do I have to add you?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I'm like, Leo! I love him.
Sorry.
All right, wait, where? So do I have to add you guys?
I think so. I don't see our character
Okay.
tokens anywhere.
Guy Fieri!
Oh, no. I know who I'm going to murder.
This is everyone you could ever want to meet.
And then
Wait, no. You're not moving. Don't move around. You're on rails right now.
Alright.
Hold on. Where's Ruben? There we go. So you're all at the stairs. Okay. So at the far end of the floor, you see. So if you want to look around, this is what we're going to be looking around. You see, this is the far end right here. And you guys are like overwhelmed and kind of stunned because like this is the craziest thing you've ever seen, and you almost turned to stone, Sam. But you see what are a group of what you presume to be magic users, all decked out in form-fitting robes. Two elves, one that looks like a high elf, and the other that looks like an Eladrin. The elves that hail from the Feywilds, and a gnome and an Aasimar all wave to the crowd. The Aasimar throws up a light show above them, while the younger of the two elves the high elf looks on at him in disapproval. And at their table, you can see the symbol of a red flame on a blue and black background. If you scroll down the map, you can see all the different sigils for the teams, including which one you can hopefully figure out which one is yours. So, and the as of yet unseen announcer booms out, and our next contender, Rhagnul, and it looks like he's reading, or he pauses for a second as if to read something. He's like, the Epicuriosities? And then like Rhagnul looks back at you and he's like, it's a workshop name. And the crowd roars as Rhagnul leads you to the front of the arena near the judges' stand. So, objects and tokens. So Rhagnul leads you guys up there.
Is it through the center that we go through, or we go through the edge?
Yeah, you guys follow. And I mean, you can.
I want to high five the crowd as I go by.
Well, you don't. You're going through the center. So as you pass through the tables, you get a look at the other with a team banner hung from each of their stations. So to your left, the first team, you see a group of 5 humans sealed in strange full body armor, trying to keep as far away from everything while still being in the room. 3 of them have the bearing of soldiers, weapons ready, keeping vigilant watch on every weird fucking alien in the joint, including you. You can't make out their faces or even genders beneath their interlocking plates of alien materials, what you players would understand as power armor. The other 2 wear lighter spacesuit-like outfits with clear faceplates so you can see their wonder and fear plainly. One is a woman who is furiously recording every detail, her suit equipped with a Swiss Army knife of recording devices and sensors. The other, a slightly portly man, wears a chef coat over his ill-fitting and customized spacesuit and has rubber sandals glued to the outside of his boots. It's a brand thing. Their banner has a sigil that's like a planet on an orange and teal background and has the name Federation. Next, on your right, you see the team Hive, an orange and black perfect circle in the center. They look like man-sized praying mantises with mottled carapaces and 4 arms. They wear clothes, sort of. It's hard to tell where their natural formations end and their minimalist garb begins. They move with an unsettling unity. They watch you, turning in tandem to observe you and give you the tiniest of nods to you as you pass by them. The next table you pass on your left sports a grayish and silver sigil sporting an emerald dragon head and the name Balkrivas. In true to form, you see an appropriate foursome. First, 2 lizard folk, but bigger and stronger than most lizard folk you've ever encountered, and they wear collars around their necks that hum with magical energy. In front of them are quite the pair, a green dragonborn in a form-fitting chef's uniform, and behind him is something else. It's like a dragonborn, but its features are more pronounced, almost as if it were a proper dragon's head on an elongated neck attached to a dragonborn's body. He wears a svelte suit and eyes you hungrily. He also has wings and a long, long tail. But yeah, so you guys are parked across from the gastronomancers, and you hear another like clang, and you hear the announcer say, "And finally, we'd like to welcome Gug the Glutton and Firog the Roaster." And everyone turns around, and the crowd erupts into applause, and you finally get a look up at the judges' dais. An altar to debauchery and excess. It's a stage, but one where the judges may move around freely. There are free-flowing fountains of wine, ale, and other drinks, a wall of vines that sport every fruit you've seen and some you haven't, and tables large and small where the judges now sit. On the left side of the room is a 12-foot-tall, blue-skinned woman with an ethereal quality and an incredible physique. Wisps of air surround her, keeping her hair and silky dress in constant motion. You wonder for a moment if she might be a Goliath like Gwen, only bigger and bluer. But after a moment, you realize she is not actually anything but floating on her own personal cloud. An air elemental, but more specifically, one of the legendary Jinn. A genie. Sitting at her table, diminutive and dressed dandy, human, mid-30s, the kind of noble that would be right at home at a royal gala in a place like Waterdeep, but here seems incredibly out of place next to huge mythical beings and surrounded by aliens of all kinds. Never without a drink in hand, he flicks his hand dismissively, and a servant fills his glass with the bottle that was right in front of him before ducking away. On the opposite end of the stage is a hulking iron golem, its eyes lit up with an indigo arcane energy from deep within its living suit of armor. It chats animatedly with a curious creature. 3 stout legs support a wide, cylindrical body, which has eyes every couple feet, and seem to be made of stone. 3 clawed arms extend from its head. It grabs a handful of rocks and shoves them into a gaping fanged maw. On top of it, its, again, head. Not the operative word here. Everyone roll Arcana. Not something you maybe immediately would recognize. Gwen and Seven, you recognize this as an earth element known as a Zorn. They are like a rock-eating creature, which just is like, it's kind of curious to see one in this sort of situation.
Do I know what the Thrycreen are?
They...
Do I recognize, would I have ever seen a Thrycreen?
No, because what you might have, but these are, we're using that as the model, but they're not quite that.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're slightly different. We're basically using them, but we're kind of taking a different bent on their race. So, so yeah, they're not anything that you recognize.
Okay.
But they are an insectoid praying mantis race.
Mm-hmm.
Good question. But okay, lastly, sitting at the center of the dais is a creature that has no modern classification in the Hall of Records. Its race is unfamiliar to you, but it is the embodiment of opulence and excess, obese, with a face that is a cross between a pug and a hippopotamus. This thing is clad in a decadently embroidered robe, which honestly is generous. It's a fucking... It holds a goblet as big as its head, guzzling wine from a personal wine fountain. Also, this thing is as large as a small hill giant, 15 feet tall and almost as wide, spilling over his throne. While he takes all this in, Rhagnul has floated up to the judge's dais and laid the package of goods that you retrieved in front of the center table, along with a huge array of other goods, with deference to the hulking Mumu clad. The crowd has gone quiet, and the last team hasn't come out yet. Rhagnul looks at you. This is why we couldn't be late. And so there's like a moment of confusion, and you have a second to talk, to take in, maybe ask a question.
Can I roll to see if the guy on the center of the stage is a robot?
Definitely a robot. Yeah, Sam, that you won't recognize that, Sam. That's a horrible raid boss from Destiny. But yeah, so is there anything?
So I'm guessing we're not gonna get to stab anything.
Maybe.
Okay.
There will be much stabbing to come. Do not.
Ruben relaxes a little bit.
Your thirst for blood will be spate.
Nice.
Bunch of weirdos.
Fancy spoons around?
Seven, do you see some spoons? This, what I forgot to mention is not only is this arena, this is a kitchen arena. All of these surfaces are fancy cooktops with fancy utensils everywhere. This is the craziest kitchen you've ever seen in your life. But yes, there are spoons of every shape, size, and material imaginable.
I put a hand on his shoulder and I wait for it.
Yep. Calm down.
Wait for it.
Buddy.
My tail is just like going crazy.
I kind of pet his head a little bit.
Chimes ring across the arena, and the unseen announcer says, "It would seem our sixth competitor did not make it. Fortunately, amounts to a disqualification. That is sad for them, but not for you, because thus begins the Ambrosian Pangusticon." And the crowd erupts into cheers again. I know that you've all been waiting. The flyers have been everywhere in sigils, so what is it? And the crowd chants back, "What is it?" And the guys, it is the most spectacular, the most decadent, the most challenging cooking competition in all of the plains. A feast for all the senses. But enough from me. Your glorious host, Lord Glamourous. And the crowd goes apeshit again, and this hulking Jabba in the center of the stage raises his goblet and pours its contents down his gullet. And he shakes off his jowls, spraying wine onto his muumuu, which, oddly enough, instantly stainless. This is a guy that has thought of everything. He stands, again, shifting his bulk towards the center of the stage. And in what will probably become an eventually sized voice. Because Mike and I found a voice alteration app that is pretty cool. He raises one of his like meaty, just like fatty arms in a toast. He says, "Greetings, Sigil. It is a fine, fine day. Your city is blessed in many ways, not the least of which is my arrival. You see, I offer decadent blessings and opulent prizes and new levels of desire you never thought possible. We stand before you, sponsored by the ever-accommodating Sensei." And he gestures towards, you see, kind of above the arena is like a little box, and you see a human woman up there, nod to him. And the graces of the Lady of Pain to bring Sigil a spectacle unimaginable. Actually, no, none of you get to roll Arcana for that. A great competition pitting the plane's greatest culinary minds and their teams against each other in a series of mounting challenges of wits, skill, and tenacity. The challenges will be devised by our judges' respected culinary minds, all of them. Your travels could take you anywhere from away an unfamiliar world, elemental planes, or to alien depths. You will have little time to prepare, and prepare you must, for your trials will not be easy. Upon fulfillment of these conditions, the conditions of the challenge, you will return here. And he holds his arms out. And please us in head-to-head culinary combat. But today, you enjoy Sigil and all its delights. Take in everything, but cause no problems. The lady sees all and will tolerate no criminality. Your team captains have been provided with a list of rules. Abide by them. Impress us with your creativity and decadence. Return to the culinary arena in 2 days' time for details of your first challenge. But for now, just know that you are destined. The darkness runs deep, and now feast! And he claps his hands and a great trance out. The crowds cheer as a seemingly endless bring out food to the audience. Even more food is brought to the judges. And to your right, a door appears on the wall. Looking around, you see doors by every table. And you see the other teams walking into those doors. And Rhagnul, the beholder, beckons you to his door.
Mm-hmm. I'm following.
You're following?
Mm-hmm.
So you step through. You step through that door, and it closes behind you as if it was never there. And on the other side of the door, you find yourself in an antechamber similar to the one you left Faerun in. It has an identical lapis portal from which you emerged, but the room is smaller, and it's not lit by blue braziers, but instead by green ones. You must excuse my briskness. I did not want to meet the giant's fate.
What happened to the giants?
Sounds ominous.
They just didn't make it in time.
Oh.
You don't make it in time, you don't get to participate. It's that simple.
You made it sound much more ominous than it would be.
It could be your voice. Very ominous.
Is it the...
Sorry, what?
So these 3 other tables that aren't filled, is that teams that are absent?
Well, those would have been, yeah. That okay. You would have presumably the 6th, but
okay.
You must have many questions.
Where exactly?
I will answer.
Are we in another world?
Well, you cut to the quick, Seth. Allow me to welcome you. And he floats forward to the other end of the room and presses one of his weird, creepy, eight squishy fingered hands to the wall, and the wall separates, kind of rumbling, and it leads out to a stone balcony. He beckons you up there. Do you guys go?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's like, "Welcome to Sigil." And outside on the balcony, it's overlooking this city, sort of, because it's also under. Because you see that Sigil is different than any other city that you've been to. It is wrapped in on itself. In kind of a, you can see, if you look out, a round shape. And actually, you know what? I'm just gonna save myself some trouble here and dump some of these.
Don't paint word pictures. Picture pictures.
Well, this is actually like a really hard thing to sort of describe.
Just say donut land.
Well, it is a donut, but there is a band in the center of the donut that is open.
Mm-hmm.
So it is literally, it's a donut shaped, and the city is built on the interior of the donut. Like if you ate all of the filling out of a ringed donut and built a city on the inside of the donut skin, that's where this city is. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
Where are you going to put it?
Inside of a inner tube.
Yep. I think I've seen something like this in Star Trek. Weird.
What you see is like a giant donut that's been carved out. But you step onto the balcony, and the ground curves around you in such a way, and enough you to almost raise the building above you with your fingertips. If you jumped off the edge, you're not 100% sure which way you'd fall or if you'd float down the middle. And spreading out before you is a city unlike anything you've ever seen. It's physics-defying shape, and its architecture of every possible and non-Euclidean structure. This is the most metropolitan city you've ever seen in terms of places. It has more than you can even count or know. And it's a city that, as you're kind of looking out over it, it houses hulking foundries that billow smoke out of the center of the donut. You can't see it's all, like a great marketplace, like tents and houses. It's vast. You can't see it all from here or what's beyond the bounds of it at the edge of the donut. But one thing is clear. This is a city where you won't stand out. A city where you, a bunch of weirdos, are almost normal.
It's going to cause so much trouble.
And as that sort of the emotional resonance of that sort of hits for the first time, you hear a little jingle jangle behind you, and you turn around, and Rhagnul tosses each of you a small pouch, and each pouch contains 30 platinum pieces.
Very nice.
You did well. I expect you to keep performing that level, but maybe with a little less senseless violence.
Nose.
Senseful? I can do senseful. With this much platinum? Absolutely.
We're gonna close it tonight, but the fun thing, real quick, is level you up.
Yay!
Nice.
Okay, so let's hit. I gotta talk to Mike, but I think we may be doing a more sort of. We're doing a bit of a fun and games and sigil for a couple days before the thing. So, think about if there, there will be merchants and things. I was really hoping we would get to one of those characters today, but it's getting late, so I don't want to keep people.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna go to bed.
All right,
me too.
Night,
Later.
guys.